This is The Gorge. It's a podcast where my friend Sara and I gorge ourselves on what's happening in the world of video games and entertainment.
The Gorge is brought to you by Patreon. That's patreon.com/thegorge, where for just $5 a month you gain access to not one but two entire podcasts. $5 gets you Takeout, a monthly commentary track where Ben and I decide we don't feel like putting in any effort to play something, so instead we just watch something and talk over it. And $2, only $2, gets you That's Hell You're Walking Into, a series where Ben and I dive into the labyrinths of the Ooku and get drunk, hang out with some pretty ladies, fight a horny, depressed space demon, maybe get a little bit mad about how the story treats that horny, depressed space demon, and have a good time, because That's Hell You're Walking Into is a series where Ben asks me questions about Fate Stay Night, Fate Grand Order, and the extended Nasuverse, and I do my damnedest to answer it. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it really wrong. It's fun. If you think that sounds great, head on over to patreon.com/thegorge. Kick in however much you can, from $2 to $10 to $50. Please don't actually give us $50 a month. That's a scam tier. We appreciate you regardless. So, yeah, thanks.
Thank you. And thank you to, where is it? Here we are. Robin the Bun, Rodsters, Ben's Delivery Service, Palm of Power, Jathby Dradus, Steel Condor, Niharbot, Red Lantern Reviews, Holy Star 64, and Jan Hellcat, Patrick Perez, Roddy 1/2, Saturn, Alice, Marks, Shia, Magus, Jack, Liam Lane, and that other one dude.
It's getting long. So yeah, we are here with a roundup. It's actually been a minute since we've done a roundup, I feel like.
Yeah, it's been like a month or so.
Yeah, because we've had other content kind of taking its place. Usually we do 2 roundups a month, but because of additional content instead, we did not. But we're here now to talk about stuff, to talk about things we've done. So you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I played a lot of things and watched a lot of things. Big thing is Live Alive.
Oh, yeah.
And started that. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's already probably one of the best JRPGs I've ever played.
Yeah, absolutely. I watched I don't have a Switch, so I can't play it yet. But I watched my brother play some of it at his house, and it looks great. Like, looks fantastic. It's just fantastic.
Easily, one of, if not the best looking game on Switch.
Sure, absolutely.
Like, especially compared to what the SNES version looked like. Right, yeah, the upgrade is intense. Like, looking at the remake version, I thought the original was like Chrono Trigger style sprites, you know? No, it's like sub FF4. Oh, really? It's like way rougher looking. Okay. Like, it was very simple. Yeah, so this is a huge remake. Yeah. Oh, okay. This is a for real like enhancement. Yeah. With like voice acting and everything. I see. And yeah, I really love the combat mechanics. Where you're on like a significant like grid, and then every character on the field has a meter that builds up as you move around. So like every step you take builds everyone's meter. Yeah. And then you can perform an action. And instead of like basic attacks with like an MP bar, you just have basic attacks with different levels of like recharge timer afterward. Okay. Like obviously if you do like a big AoE attack, like your recharge timer will be longer afterward. Right. So you can't just spam your best attack over and over again. And it does a really, really cool thing that I wish more JRPGs would do, which is there's no MP, so you don't have to worry about like that. You also heal at the end of every battle. Oh, that's fun. Okay. So it's because it's mostly because like it's divided into, story chunks that are all about 4 hours long. Right. That you don't have a consistent party the whole time, so there's no like currency to buy items or like learn get gear that will heal you between battles and stuff. So there's no reason to do that. I've already completed 2 chapters, and I'm working on a third. I did Near Future, and I did Edo Japan.
Right, because you did the pacifist round of Edo.
Yes, and that was not as hard as people made it out to be. Mm-hmm. It's actually really, really easy to avoid enemies.
Yeah, but that's also because you did the farming ghosts for experience points thing as well.
Yeah, because those don't count as living people, so you can just kill them.
That's right, because they're already dead.
But yeah, I'm really liking it. The writing is very snappy. Every character has a lot of personality. The stories are all really fun. They all have different tones to them. Like, obviously, the Edo Japan one is a lot more subdued. You're playing as a ninja, sneaking around like a manor. The Near Future is set up like a tokusatsu, like 80s anime.
Oh, fun.
Like you're fighting like a biker gang, and you have a giant robot that you can pilot, and you have psychic powers.
So is there like what's the word? Like a running story through all of these different timelines, or what?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because I've only done 2.5, and I've done Near Future, Edo Japan, and Far Future. So I don't know if there's like a for sure through line, because I've done wildly different eras.
Yeah.
I think so. Like in Near Future, you live in an orphanage, and like the other orphans are watching a wrestler on TV. Mm-hmm. And I think that wrestler is one of the characters from Present, because in Present you play as a professional fighter.
Oh, that's cute. Okay.
So that's what I think is what's going on. So I'm sure there is. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there will be some kind of like through line by the time I get to the end. Mm-hmm. But I haven't seen it yet.
Right. Okay.
Also, I can see why like every other like really, really good JRPG is influenced by this.
Oh yeah, like it's just like, the nascent point is extremely obvious.
Yeah, like this, you can see where the Chrono Trigger came from, and you can also kind of see where the Undertale came from.
Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting.
So, yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it.
I would love it if they would put it on something that I can actually play it on. So maybe someday.
Yeah. What else? I also started Disney Mirrorverse, which is Disney's mobile game where all the characters have really, really cool looking redesigns.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It's not bad. It's a gacha free to play game. The cool thing is that because the roster is significantly limited compared to like, Fate Grand Order. Yeah. When you draw duplicates, it it's still like you still like 5-star, like 1 through 5-star characters. Mm-hmm. When you get a duplicate, it just ups the star count of your basic, like the one you already have.
Oh, okay.
So like if you have like a 1-star Mike Wazowski and you draw another Mike Wazowski, he just turns into a 2-star.
Oh, okay, that's cute.
Yeah. So, that helps. It's and you're not doing like 10 pulls to like get artifacts and stuff. Like you just draw crystals to draw one character. Okay. And you're guaranteed to get a character.
Right. Okay.
Like there's nothing else in the pool for that currency.
Okay.
So, gameplay wise, it's a real-time action RPG type thing where there's like a little virtual joystick in one corner and an attack button in the other corner.
Yeah.
And you tap the button to do quick attacks, and you hold it down to do a heavy attack. Each character has 2 skills. And you can have a party of 2 computer controlled characters and then 1, manually controlled character.
Right. Okay.
If you close your eyes and if you squint and kind of like blur your eyes, it's a Kingdom Hearts game. So,
Ben's just trying to get his fix. I see.
Yeah. You're fighting a bunch of shadow creatures and
with Disney characters.
Yeah, and everyone looks really cool.
Sure. Okay, that's fair.
Donald Duck is like a steampunk sailor, and he swings a giant anchor around.
Oh, fun!
And like Woody has like a fucking like leather duster and a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, I've seen the Woody design. It's very funny.
They're all like really cool looking.
Yeah, it's very weird to just be like, yeah, we're gonna put all this heat in the Disney Gotcha game. It's like, okay, sure.
Like I pulled Scar and he's like this cool shadow ghost.
Ooh,
and he like glides along the ground. It's fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
There's no plot or anything. It's definitely not Fate quality writing. It's just we gotta fight these monsters.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't expect them less. It would be extremely funny if they got Kanoko Nasu to write a chapter for Disney's Mirrorverse or whatever the fuck it's called. I think it'd be very funny.
It would be funny if, like, you know, a year and a half from now, it turns out the plot fucking starts going places.
Yeah. They get fucking Nasu to write it.
Yeah.
I think that sounds great.
What else? Jack Sparrow has a cool skeleton arm.
Oh, fun. Okay.
So that's fucking sick. What else have I been doing? I speed ran Mystical Ninja starring Goemon.
I watched you do that. Yeah. You almost got sub 3 hours. So
I almost did. I'm gonna keep doing that. Because the community is hashing out the actual official rules, and we decided that a lot of stuff that I didn't do in my run is actually allowed.
Okay.
So there's going to be a lot of the idea behind the run. So I'm doing any % no major glitches, and the idea behind it, the spirit behind it, is a beginner friendly run that's more or less just playing normally.
Yeah.
Like the majority of stuff is like stuff that the average player might be able to find on their own.
Right.
So certain stuff that gets skipped is all stuff that's like really, really hard to do and has been kind of preventing new players from getting into the community and trying it. So we decided to allow some tricks that are pretty straightforward to do and don't have any risk of like soft locking or clipping out of bounds or anything like that.
Yeah. Like the ladder skipping and stuff like that.
Yeah. There's 2 that are really fun that I did not do, but I'm going to, which is skipping the weapon upgrades entirely.
Oh, okay.
Because you get 2 weapon upgrades. You get one from going back to Mount Fuji and getting them upgraded, and then at the end of the game you also get another set. It turns out you only need them to break 1 barrier each, and there's literally no other thing you need them for.
Yeah.
So for one, it's to get up Mount Fear. There's a big rock in the way, so you need level 2 weapons to break them. You can use Ebisumaru, shrink him down, and do a bunch of short hops to get up the side of the mountain that you normally slide down to leave the area.
Oh, okay.
You can just skip that rock.
Awesome.
And then at the end of the game, when you're in the garden, like you need level 3 to break down a barricaded door. One of the bushes in the garden maze has a gap in its geometry that mini Ebisumaru can just walk through.
Great. Awesome. I love that.
So we're like, yeah, we're just going to let people do that.
Yeah, let that be a way to like really shave some time off and get it like extremely efficient. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to do that just randomly. I thought about scheduling it, but I'm also just like, I'm just going to pop on stream and do runs whenever I feel like it, because trying to schedule it I'm going to be doing this so often that I can't make a big production out of it.
No, of course not. You're just going to get around and streaming it every now and then. Yeah, I get you.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting with those 2 skips, I can easily get sub 3. And
absolutely.
From there, it's like, I'm pretty sure with more efficient gameplay, I can get sub 230.
Yeah, absolutely. And just keep whittling it down. Yeah.
And then I watched a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
I started this show. It's kind of obscure. I don't know. Maybe you've heard of it or not. It's kind of like Ninja Turtles. But they're these big stone creatures. It's called gargoyles.
Yeah, it's kind of obscure. You probably haven't heard of it.
I don't know. It was I think it was on like Disney Channel, like for like in the 90s or something. But I've never heard anyone talk about it before.
No, nobody ever talks about it. Yeah, no, it's kind of small. Fuck, Gargoyles rules.
Gargoyles is so fucking. I never watched it as a kid.
Really?
And I'm like, yeah, no. I there's a lot of stuff that I just like missed out on and never really participated in. And since I have Disney Plus, I'm like, fuck it, I'll start Gargoyles now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I get it.
Yeah, no,
I get it now.
Yeah, no. It extremely whips. No. Gargoyles is incredible. I watched Gargoyles when it was airing as a kid. Gargoyles is incredible. Like, it's so good. It's one, hilariously, it is a Next Generation reunion, which I love.
Fucking, yeah. I'm like, why does David Xanatos sound so familiar?
Yeah,
where have I heard that voice before?
Yeah, it's
Riker.
Yeah, it's literally Riker. And then, there's like a shit ton of characters who are just TNG actors, right?
Yeah. I think Demona is a TNG actor.
Yeah, Demona is Deanna Troi.
Yeah, Worf is in there somewhere. I can't remember which character he is, but he's in there.
Yeah.
I think he's Elisa's brother.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is Worf.
That makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're just all over the place. They're great.
Just all over the place. No, it's extremely funny. No, Gargoyles fucking whips. Yeah.
It's like the first of like, prestige kids cartoons.
Yeah.
Right.
It was so before its time, and it was kind of ingraciously canceled and then allowed to come back and then cancel again. And then brought back again with a bad writer, so everybody says to not watch that last season. There's so many, there's so many small ignominies heaped upon it. But like the first, like for a while, it's really good, and it does a lot of cool, weird shit that I wouldn't expect like a kids cartoon from the '90s to do. And yeah, like it goes hard with the whole Shakespearean angle, which I love. There's so many fun things in Gargoyles. Like it's just good TV.
Yeah, it's got like an overarching plot that they go forward with, and like the status quo changes.
It has like a serious tone. Like it has a pretty I wouldn't say like grown up tone. It's still a show for children ultimately, but like it takes itself seriously. Like it has a good tone and it has good writing and voice acting, and it's a great show.
Fucking Elisa just has a gun.
Elisa just has a gun and shoots her gun.
A regular gun that's not a laser gun.
No, she's literally she is an NYPD detective, so she just has a regular ass gun. Yeah, it's great. Gargoyles whips. It's like it asks the extremely bold question: what if the lady fell in love with the big hulking monster? And irreparably damaged a massive portion of the population as children. Like, there's no going back, right?
I think the funniest thing I've seen in that show so far is the Halloween episode where Elisa literally dresses like Belle.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's great. They knew what they were doing.
Which is just them looking at the camera and going, we know.
We know. One, we're making this shit for Disney, so we can use it. We won't get in trouble. It's part of our properties. And two, we know Goliath can get it, and Elisa is allowed to get it, which, like, good for her,
I also think it's hilarious that the makeup of the Gargoyles team is the makeup of the animated Autobots.
Yeah, right? Pretty much, yeah.
Right down to having Bulkhead and Prowl voice actors in Gargoyles.
That's right. Oh, that's great.
Bill Fagerbakke and Jeff Bennett are in it.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Playing basically the same characters.
Almost the exact same characters. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, I love it. Fantastic show. David Xanatos is one of the greatest villains of all time. Holy shit.
That cartoon fucking whips. It just Jonathan Frakes is so good as Xanatos.
The fucking episode where he just like strolls up and he's like, "Hey Goliath, I want you to be the best man at my wedding." And Goliath's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck are you planning?
You remember that I hate you, right?"
I hate your guts. And it's like, nope, I still want you to. And it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, I love it. It's
great.
Absolutely phenomenal television. Like season 1 is like 12 episodes long, and then I'm like, oh, what's season 2? 56?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh god. Okay.
Oh god. Well, at least there's a lot to watch, you know.
Yeah.
That's always good. There's a shit to. It's not like Rise of the TMNT where you actually have like a shit ton of cartoon to watch, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all pretty good.
I came off of watching like Amphibia and DuckTales, which is like 3 seasons of like 16 episodes each, right?
Sure, yeah.
And that's like what I came to expect. And when I saw 56, I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, sure.
Sure, why not? Hey, it was old-fashioned cartoons. They had to have an episode basically every day. Yeah.
Oh, it's only got 3 seasons. Yeah, it had 65 episodes. Fucking 70 episodes. God.
Yeah, shut up. We wish some of our favorite cartoons had been allowed to have 70 fucking episodes.
Oh, the 3rd season isn't very good. The 3rd season is 10 episodes long.
You can just ignore it. It's fine. It doesn't exist.
You can take that hit.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Just pretend those don't exist. It's fine.
I wish our Rise of the TMNT had a bad 10-episode 3rd season.
Yeah, I wish Rise of the TMNT had half as many episodes as Gargoyles was allowed to have. You know, goddamn.
Yeah. So I also started The Boys. Wow, I can't believe they made that show good.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I hear almost constantly is that the comic sucks, and yet somehow the TV show managed to be extremely good.
Not even like, oh, you took this concept and made it well. Like, this is fucking good television.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like not even good for The Boys. This is good for anything out there.
Yeah, it's just good prestige TV.
Wow, I'm shocked.
Yeah, stunning considering the source material.
Yeah, The Boys is probably... Oh, is it the... Because I'm thinking like, yeah, but Trouble exists. Is it the worst comic I've ever read?
Oh. There's so many options. All I know is that everything I've heard is that The Boys is just fucking dog shit, right? Like the comic book.
The biggest... Okay, so the biggest... There's many, many, many problems with The Boys. But they all tie into the fact that every single character in the comic is the stupidest human being to ever live, except for Billy Butcher, who is Garth Ennis's goodest, bestest, most perfect boy in the world.
Oh, okay.
Because Billy Butcher has to be the smartest and bestest and strongest all the time, always, and can never be wrong, ever. Right. Because superheroes are stupid. Hey, Garth Ennis? Hey, Garth Ennis. Garth Ennis?
Garth Ennis?
You can't think Captain America is cheesy and stolen valor because he's a fictional character who fought in World War II, and then write a character who's a nom-vet.
Garth Ennis.
You don't get to have your fake character who was a fake soldier who didn't really fight. Call your Captain America parody Stolen Valor and an insult to the uniform. Because so is your character, because he's not real.
Because he's not real. They're cartoons, Garth Ennis. Oh.
It's the worst. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Because The Boys is so long. And it's literally just the same fucking story over and over and over again. Like, it's just, hey, what if superhero bad and do sex crimes and murder people?
Mm-hmm.
Also, they're stupid, and then Billy kills them. The end.
The end.
Fucking garbage. The show is phenomenal.
Well, that's incredible.
Holy fucking... And it's phenomenal because Billy fucks up a lot.
Oh, okay, good. It's not Garth Ennis' super special boy anymore.
No, he fucking drops the ball constantly. There's a lot of shit where he's like, oh, fuck, oh, shit, oh, damn it, this has all gone wrong.
Oh, fuck, I fucked up. Oh, Bean.
Oh, man, everyone's going to try to kill me now.
Oh, God.
They also, like, take the only, like, the female member of the boys, who is called, in the comics, is just called the female.
Oh, great.
Because she's the female of the species. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it. I got it.
Also, she is Japanese and can't speak.
Oh, Garth Ennis.
You know. You know.
You know, one day the government will stop your sinful hands from writing bad comic books.
Boy, you know, reading Punisher Max, Frank Castle sure does kill a lot of black guys. I don't know if that means anything. It's just something I noticed that happens a lot in that comic.
That's crazy. I wonder if that means anything.
In the show, they give her a name and let her learn sign language so that she can, you know, communicate with people.
And have agency and talk, yeah.
Yeah, and be like a character, you know.
Yeah, like have a personality,
and
yeah.
Not a literal prop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, crazy idea.
You did it.
You fixed the bad comic. Amazing.
Anthony Starr is the most terrifying human being I've ever seen.
Yes, I have seen the clips on Twitter. Yeah.
Get that man to play a villain in every movie you cast him in. Holy shit.
Yeah, unfortunately, he is going to be extremely typecast after this because he just has a very scary face.
Every scene with him is the most, like, heart-clenching thing ever. Mm-hmm. They fucking nailed how you're supposed to do that character. Incredible. Mm-hmm. Although I do love the meme of, like, every other fictional character washing Homelander because because by comparison he's actually kind of pathetic because he's never been in a fight.
Right.
It's great. I just fucking love shit like Homelander is hilarious because Kid Goku is kicking that little white boy's ass.
Yeah, the guys from Regular Show could just rinse him, you know.
Yeah. It's just the gif of, like, Homelander, like, trying to catch his breath, and it's like Homelander 15 seconds after encountering Steven Universe.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
great.
God. It's great.
Oh, I love it. I will say there is only one thing I have to critique about The Boys, which is that I only have room in my heart to respect one sex criminal, and that is Colonel Hatred. And you, the Deep, are no Colonel Hatred.
We only respect one pervert in this household, and it's not you, buddy.
You can try all you want to round that character out, but no.
He's still
sorry, Sergeant
pervert.
But,
he's still just a pervert that we hate. Sorry.
Yeah.
Great.
The boys wants to, like, asks the question, at what point can a character be so pathetic that you take pity on him? And the answer is not enough.
Try harder. Oh, God.
And then two more things. I'm started watching Letterkenny, like watching it for real and not just clips on YouTube.
That's fair.
Fucking one of the funniest goddamn shows I've ever seen in my life. It is warping the way I talk.
Just immediately starting to infect your brain.
Yeah, just immediately thinking in terms of pitter patter. Let's get at her.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it. I love watching just a bunch of people sit around and, like, make up things.
Just talk.
have esoteric conversations.
It's like watching like a nature documentary about a completely different brand of human being.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Canadians.
Mm-hmm. And then, I also obviously watched Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie.
I have not yet, so we'll hold off on that one.
Yeah.
That might be an episode next week, because, I think this month was supposed to be Live Alive, but then I learned that Live Alive is Switch exclusive, and I ain't got a Switch. So maybe it'll be the Rise episode instead? We'll see.
Probably. I do have a lot to say about it.
Okay.
So I'll keep it spoiler-free and just talk about two other things. Out of the trilogy of Nickelodeon shows that got their finales through Netflix movies, Rise is obviously the best.
Of course.
But then it's Enter the Florpus and then Static Cling after that. For one thing, Rise is like an hour and 20 minutes long, so it actually has time to be a movie.
Yeah, it's like a real movie, like with a real runtime.
Yeah. And it's one of the best animated cartoon movies I've ever seen. Like it's comparative to Spider-Verse.
Right.
And I #save ROTTMNT.
Sure.
Like, if you're listening to this and you have a Netflix account, go download it, go watch it, get it views up.
Right. And maybe let us get one more season or two. Please
do that. Like the staff of the show are like begging on Twitter to be like, keep the hype up because they might give it back to us.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
They put out like a whole bunch of stuff like, here's what season 3 would have been, and there's like a ton of episodes we didn't get that I want to see.
Yeah, like the Wedding Crashers episode. Yeah.
But yeah, I won't talk too much about it because we'll do content on it later.
For sure.
That's it. That's all I did. What about you?
I have a much smaller list. I only I have like little piddly things, but the two big things to talk about are other than playing Final Fantasy 14 because like that. But I have two kind of big things. One is I started playing Inscription.
That's right.
Well, I started it way ago, however many months ago, but then I put it down because I got distracted. And I properly dug into Inscription now. That is a game that is impossible to talk about without spoiling it. So, what to say? It is extremely good. It is the most... So it's by Daniel Mullins, the guy who made Pony Island and The Hex, two games we really like. Except it is like an actual video game. I really like The Hex, and obviously Pony Island is Pony Island. But this is the one that feels the most like an actual fleshed out, from start to finish video game. Like
not using the medium of video games to tell a story. It's a video game.
Yeah, but I mean, it also has that. It has a lot of weird shit going on because it is a Daniel Mullins game. But it starts out, and I'll not expand upon that any further, but it starts out as a roguelike or roguelite, because there's a difference. It's a roguelite card game. Where you can pick different routes and you acquire power-ups and stuff like that as you play. And that actually feels like an extremely fleshed out and legitimately thought through video game part of this. To the point that one of the first updates they put out was an endless mode where you can just play the card game over and over again if you so choose.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, so it's really good. I really like the card game element of it. I really like the weirdness that's going on in the story. It took a turn. I got out of Act 2 I got out of Act 1 and I started Act 2. It took a turn in Act 2 that I was not expecting. That I really, really like. I would like to talk about Inscription probably in more depth in an episode one day, because I think it's really, really good. It has an extremely satisfying card game system because all of the sound effects are just extremely on point, so it feels good to physically play cards. the art style of the game is really good. I love that kind of lo-fi, really chunky, intentionally kind of ugly aesthetic. It is a 3D game. Like, you play it, all of the other Daniel Mullins games so far have been 2D pixel games.
Yeah.
And that's in there, not to say how, but that is in there. But like the meat of the game, when you first start playing it, it is a 3D game with that kind of chunky voxel aesthetic, I guess is the word. And it looks great. Like, it looks like a 3D translation of kind of Daniel Mullins' in-house style, like how he makes his stuff.
Right.
It's really good. It's really expressive. It's really spooky. It's got like really good creepy vibe. Not scary, but like it's eerie,
Yeah, like the Hex was.
Yeah, like the Hex, exactly. It has a lot of those same vibes. And I really like it. I'm thoroughly enjoying all of Inscription. I want to dig back into it. I need to dig into it and finish it before 6.2 gets here and ruins my life.
Yeah.
Because Final Fantasy 14 patch 6.2 is coming out in like a week from today, so it's about to ruin my life.
Yeah.
I dug into that. I really, really like it. I highly recommend you pick it up. I got it on sale as a bundle with Loop Hero. I haven't played Loop Hero yet, but I'm giving it a shot. You can tell that this is a Devolver Digital game because it's got money. It's a Daniel Mullins game that was published by Devolver, which means that he actually has a little bit of money. So
good.
It's good, but it has all like the same kind of touchstones of a Daniel Mullins game, where like you're just playing a video game, but then like a character in the game will speak to you directly and be like, "Hey, we're gonna try and kind of flip this thing on its head," Yeah,
it's a self-aware video game.
Yeah, it's really good. I like it a lot. I love its vibes. I love how it looks. So yeah, highly recommend picking up Inscription and giving that a shot. And then the other thing that's noteworthy to talk about is I saw Nope.
Hell yeah, how was that?
I saw Jordan Peele's Nope. It is extremely good. I like it more than Us, and I don't think it's as good as Get Out. But I liked it a lot. It's about spectacle, like that's another movie that's hard to talk about without spoiling it. But it is also a movie that just kind of stuck in my head for days after I saw it, because there's a lot of stuff it can be about. But like ultimately it's kind of about like the commodification of like the bad things that happen to you, because when we, with the kind of, capital hellhole we live in, the only thing you can do with your pain is to make money off of it, right? Or try to make money off of your pain and your trauma. And it's also about like being a person of color in Hollywood and what you have to do to get recognized versus like, like white people and stuff. Like that's obviously there as well, but there's a lot of kind of stuff that's being said and talked about. And I think it's really like, it's also just like a big spectacle. It's very flashy and it's very movies, I suppose. It's very Hollywood because it's about making movies. And it's about trying to get into the movies, like it's all hinged around being like the main characters are a brother and sister duo who have to take over the family business of training horses for Hollywood, like, for movies, right?
Right.
So it's all centered around movies, and it's very flashy. It's good on a big screen. Everybody's really good in it. Daniel Kaluuya, I think that's how you say that. He's really good. He's very like quiet in it and very thoughtful, versus Keke Palmer, who plays his sister, and like she's like very up and animated and fun. And yeah, there's some really, really potent imagery in that movie that I like a lot. And some like I was tense I've never been more tense in a movie. I just spent the whole movie just kind of like what's gonna happen, like waiting for that tension to release, and it literally doesn't until the last 5 minutes maybe, right? And not even then, really, like the last 3 minutes, the tension finally releases. So it's just building and building, and it's really good. And speaking of Gargoyles, Keith David makes a brief cameo. He's the the two main characters' dad, who dies at the beginning of the movie.
Well, how about that?
Yeah, and I was so excited when I realized who it was, because he, you know his voice. I don't ever think I know him so much more as a voice actor that like I don't know what he looks like. So I was like, oh, okay, that's the main character's dad. And then he opens his mouth, and Keith David comes out. And I was like, oh fuck, that's Keith David.
You're like, oh my god, they got Keith David to voice this guy.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, they got Goliath. He's in it very briefly. He's just kind of a cameo, but like, it's awesome. It's a great movie. I would definitely say just try and see it in theaters if you're gonna see it, because again, it's like that's what it's about. It's movies, and you want that spectacle. Now, how not to spoil this? It has an Akira bike slide in it at one point.
In live action?
It has a live action Akira bike, like motorcycle slide. Yeah.
Nice.
And I realized that's exactly what it was. Like, it is shot for shot an Akira bike slide. And I went insane. Me and my friend went insane in the theater. It was not a very packed theater because we went kind of early in the day. Mm-hmm. So me and my friend were able to go completely insane when we realized that we were seeing an Akira bike slide. And yeah, no, a great movie. Highly recommend. It has a lot of potent, weird visuals that are still kind of in my head. Ultimately, it's a movie about remembering to respect the animals you work with, to not just like turn your back on them and treat them like, family, because they're like, that is still an animal.
Yeah.
It's great. Great movie. Fantastic. So, and I mean, like, I did a lot of other piddly things, but those are the most important things to talk about. So, so in that case, I'm done.
Okay. So let's get to the news.
Yes, let's talk about some news. It's been a while.
All right. First off, chess robot breaks 7-year-old's finger. Attorney official blames kid.
I didn't hear that they blamed the kid.
Yeah.
I saw did you see the video? It's not very graphic, because the kid is in the way of the robot actually the visual of the robot actually grabbing his finger. But it is ghoulish. It is horrifying. The robots are all coming for us when they realize we cheat at chess.
I mean,
how is the official blaming the kid though?
It's the corpo, head of the whatever organization runs this, where they're like, the kid got in the robot's way, and it's a robot, so we can't really. It's perfectly safe, and
the robot broke a kid's finger.
No. Oh wait, here's the quote from Chess Federation Vice President Sergei Smagin. There are certain safety rules, and the kid apparently violated them. When he made his move, he did not realize he first had to wait.
Well, that probably does not give you probably shouldn't have your robot reach out and take hold of the kid's finger,
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the answer to that is that the robot is not allowed to move until there are no human pieces on the board.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be any people parts on the board before the robot is allowed to move.
Like, the sensor that a lot of table saws have now, or if it senses something that's organic, it immediately stops the blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put that sensor in your robot.
You should probably put that sensor in your robot, so that it can't, I don't know, snap a 7-year-old's finger,
Yeah. Kid's fine, by the way. Obviously just had to put it in a plaster, but yeah. Speaking of robots putting children in danger, Transformers Earthspark news roundup with more Optimus Prime toys coming, BAF Mandroid, and trailer. So,
I watched the trailer. I'm not super impressed.
It doesn't. It kind of looks like aesthetic and tone wise, they're trying to split the difference between animated and Prime.
Mm-hmm.
I think the designs are fine. There are some I like better than others.
I think it's cool that the Megatron design is so clearly cribbing from the IDW, like more than meets the eye Megatron design. That's cool.
Yeah. I also really like that he very clearly does not have a Decepticon logo on his chest.
Very interesting.
And this being a post-war show is interesting. Kind of like Animated was.
Yeah, but like there's also other stuff that I just don't like. I don't really grok with the. Obviously, I think the human characters look awful, like always.
Yeah,
they're like, what if we spent $4 on all of these models? Literally all of them. What if they all look like we spent no money on them at all? And you can tell.
I really don't like the designs of the new Transformer characters. I think they look like knockoffs.
Okay.
Like, just like, they look like we're going to make our own CG cartoon about robots that is going to try to compete with Transformers.
Yeah, no.
And here's what our main character looks like.
Yeah, they don't look great. So, you know.
I am excited for the toys. The toys look pretty good as far like hopefully, unlike this looks like an upgrade of Cyberverse toys, which were all younger skewed. So we didn't get a lot of like regular deluxe classes.
Sure.
So I'm hoping we get some good deluxe classes of those. Elita 1 looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad that she's like a main character, which is she hasn't been a main character for a very long time.
No, they tend to use RC, so like I'm glad that she actually gets to be a main character again.
And yeah, I am definitely excited to pick up that Megatron figure because his design is phenomenal.
His design fucking whips,
yeah.
What else?
Spider-Man freshman year's roster raises questions about No Way Home's continuity. So,
I didn't see this at all.
So, new Spider-Man cartoon
was
in the works for a while, and they're like, it's going to be called Freshman Year, and it's going to be a prequel to Civil War. Right?
Okay.
It's like, it's going to be like Spider-Man, like, before, like, his adventures before he got involved in the MCU Civil War.
Sure.
You know, and it's like, me and a lot of other people were like, well, that's not a lot of time, and you can't use any of his big-name villains and have him, like, participate in big events, because it's supposed to be, like, really low-key, because he's supposed to be relatively unknown until Civil War happens.
Right.
So, how sustainable is this? And then we saw, like, character roster, and it's showing off designs for, like, a whole slew of villains, and, like, the idea of him, Peter, going through, like, a whole bunch of different costumes.
Okay.
And, like, we see shots of, like, I don't know if you've seen the thing from Civil War where it's, like, Tony Stark shows up in their apartment, and, like, he's talking to Aunt May, and Peter's like, what's going on here? We saw a recreation of that, but instead of Tony Stark, it's Norman Osborn. And we all went, oh shit, this isn't tied to the MCU at all. This is gonna be its own thing.
Excuse me.
And it looks fucking cool. The designs look like pastiches of like the 60s and 70s art style.
They brought back. I did see that they brought back Osborn's waves. They brought back his wavy hair, which is extremely funny.
Him in his like a fucking green suit with that, and like Peter's wearing like glasses and a sweater vest and a tie. They showed off some of his alternate costumes that he's going to wear throughout the series, and they have the fucking like the slingers. Which was this bit in the this period in the 90s where Spider-Man was wanted by the cops, so Peter had to take on like different identities. So like he kind of slapdashed a bunch of costumes based on stuff he collected throughout his adventures, and like tried out a whole bunch of different superhero identities.
Oh, fun!
And they eventually, like when he retired those, people found the costumes and formed a team out of them.
Oh, that's cute.
So, like, those costumes are going to show up in this show, and that's a fucking pull. And, like, they've shown off their own version of Doc Ock and, like, the Scorpion and stuff, and, like, the chameleons. It's like, oh, there's no way this can actually fit into the MCU.
Yeah, they're not even going to actually bother with trying to make it fit into the MCU. They're just kind of, like, saying that,
He also has probably, like, one of the best homemade costumes I've seen Spider-Man have. I'll just post it here, because I think it looks really good.
Let me say. Oh yeah! Oh hey, this rules.
I love it. Like it's like a hockey jersey over.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Like a sweater and stuff. Yeah, it looks great. Already confirmed a second season that they're calling sophomore year.
Oh, okay, that's cute.
Of course they are.
Of course, that's cute.
Also, one of the weird pulls they have is that one of his who is it? It's one of his friends in it is Nico Minoru from the Runaways.
Oh, okay.
They've never really interacted in the comics before, so that's kind of interesting.
It's kind of fun. I don't know. It's kind of fun to like have to do something different with like available characters.
Yeah, I really like when you're doing an adaptation of something like a long-running thing like this, and you just have like one weird wild card thrown in there. You know, I always like that. Like, you can have like a whole lot of things be the same, and then like, oh yeah, and by the way, their best friend is this character who's never interacted with them before.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm actually like, I went from zero hype about this to like, this has potential to be one of the best Spider-Man cartoons. Like, up there or even
optimistic.
Yeah, up there or even better than Spectacular, depending on how well it goes.
Right.
So next, Nier Automata's huge internet mystery was a beautiful, impressive hoax.
Yeah, this was great though. I loved every minute of this because it was just fun to watch people go collectively insane for like an entire week over like this mysterious church in the city in
Copied City.
Yeah, the copied city in Automata, and like, you know, I think it's funny. You know, they were just trying to kind of have a little bit of fun to announce that they had actually successfully made some mod tools for Automata, which has been hard. Like, I know that for a while people have been working to get mods working in Automata, and it's been very hard.
And that's like, the funny thing is that like, that was like one of the biggest contentions of this, where people were like, oh yeah, modding Nier to this extent is like impossible right now. And if this is a fan-made mod, that means there'd have to be a very small team that kept this whole thing under wraps for a very long time. Which is what it ended up being.
Which is exactly what it ended up being. Yeah, as it turns out. Yeah, that was the thing that was like, that made everybody go like, well, is this for the Switch version that's coming out? Like, is this new content that they're going to add to the PlayStation version and stuff? And part of it was that everybody was like, well, it's impossible to mod this in. As it turns out, well, no, you just didn't realize it was possible. And it was fun. They were good sports about it. They were like, we didn't mean for it to get this big. You know,
it went for a couple days of like new clips being posted and like extended, like, oh, I got down to the bottom of it, but then I ran into this room and like nothing happened because like I didn't progress, and then the footage just stops. And it's like, oh, well, now I found a little bit more, and blah blah blah. People were like, well, check 1.0 on an unupdated version of the game and try to get in here and blah blah blah. And then they did pull the plug correctly, where they're like, this has gotten out of hand, we're sorry, we were just having some fun.
It was just supposed to be like, you know, it's supposed to stay kind of in the community, and then we would eventually reveal it to be, you know, new mod tools. And then Kotaku and every other big cut publisher started talking about it, and that's when you go, oh fuck.
And then fucking the producer of Nier Automata was like, oh, maybe you should pre-order the Switch port that's coming out.
Yeah. Yosuke Saito, that son of a bitch, was just like, I'm going to capitalize on this. And then, of course, Yoko Taro continues to be extremely vague about it on his Twitter at the same time. So everybody's just like, is this real? What?
You can just see them, like, fucking doing a Grinch smile.
Just rubbing their hands together because we know that Saito-san and Yoko Taro are both just like, buy more copies of Nier, you know? So they just saw dollar signs in their eyes, which, like, you know, good for them. I understand.
Very impressive work.
It looks extremely good. Yeah, it's very cool.
It's crazy that, like, at first I was a little disappointed that it's like, oh, it's fan content, you know, like it's not an official thing. It's not like a fun new ARG, because we haven't had a good
ARG in a while. Yeah.
I was a little bit dumb about, but then I like thought about, like, they like broke a new barrier in the modding community, and that is impressive.
Yeah, they've done something like cool and new. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, but that was a crazy week.
Oh, fantastic week. Fantastic week to be on Twitter and just see everybody you know collectively going insane every single day.
They're like, no, there's no geometry here. There's nothing to go behind.
There's nothing. Everybody's going insane because you can go and look at the fucking thing and it's like, there's literally nothing here. It's not in the files or anything. We already know that the last big secret for Nier Automata got found because it lets you, the thing that lets you just skip to, ending E. Like, that was the last big secret, and Yoko Taro himself, like, confirmed it. So this was just, everybody's going like, what is this? Is this viral marketing? Is this something that nobody knew about? And Yoko Taro was just lying about the last big secret, all of these things. It was great. I don't know. It's very fun to just see like a solid week of everybody just compiling everything we know into like big threads on Twitter,
I loved seeing like, oh my God, look at this like object that passes by the window.
Yeah. Oh my God. Is that Grimoire? Is that Grimoire Noir?
Yeah.
Or Grimoire Vice?
What is that? The model they use for the body is Yona's body, and like you can tell because she has the bracelets on around her wrist that you can only see in Nier Replicant.
Yeah, it's like, great.
What does this mean? It's like, oh no, we know where this voice line comes from. Like it's not new dialogue, but like they're reusing this voice clip, and like, oh, the item prompts disappear. Like that's not supposed to happen. Like, what does this mean?
Right. It's really good. Yeah.
Love that shit. So yeah, very cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do in the future then.
What else we got?
Next, rip Roblox's famous oof sound, which has been removed.
Oh yeah, because
End of an era.
End of an era, because it's actually like copyrighted material or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Oof indeed.
Yeah. Oof indeed. Oh well.
I mean, I'll be honest. Between Roblox and Minecraft, I like the Minecraft oof more.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, I think obviously I've heard the Roblox oof in other things more than actual Roblox.
Yeah, I've never touched a Roblox in my life, so
But still, end of an era. Everyone's favorite sound effect is now gone.
Rip. What else we got?
6 years after its announcement, Beyond Good and Evil 2 hires its lead writer.
Yeah, okay, this game is vaporware. Beyond Good and Evil 2 does not exist.
So what have you been doing?
I don't know. No, it doesn't exist. It's basically just been like a money laundering scam for Ubisoft, I think.
Like not replaces or like hires a new writer.
No, like they got one. They literally they hired one. Yeah,
the first one.
This is their first one. Yes, that's correct.
So what was the trailer?
Yeah, does that just not like? No. I'm telling you, this is all. I am of the opinion that this is Ubisoft's money laundering scam because they realized they fucked up with Skull and Bones. And so, like, all that money they took from the Shanghai government, they're just, like, routing it back into their pockets through Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah, well, this is the fucking, Fantastic Four movie. The old 80s Fantastic Four movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're just making something to keep the rights to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you want that trailer to be? What do you mean someone had to write the dialogue in that trailer?
Oh,
so
Ben.
wasn't that the lead writer? Like, what?
No, none of this was ever real. Beyond Good and Evil 2 was never real. It doesn't exist. It's never existed. I'm so sorry.
Beyond Good and Evil 2 is going to be a distant prequel. No, it's a direct sequel, actually. Nope, it's on next-gen platforms. Nope,
it's a live service game. We're redoing everything.
We're redesigning the art style. Submit your own graffiti, and we might put it in the game and pay. What's going to happen with that? Remember when
the Joseph Gordon-Levitt thing? Oh,
yeah.
Nothing's going to happen with that. They probably just were like, no, we're good. We're actually not going to do anything with that, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, no, no. There's nothing. Yeah. That's the funny thing, is that it's just like it's not real. It's not real. The video game isn't real. It's a dream.
You go to Ubisoft headquarters and like you go down a hallway and there's like a blank wall and you talk to the janitor and he's like, well, no, there hasn't been a Beyond Good and Evil division in over 50 years.
Why, she died back in 75. You know? Jade Beyond Good and Evil died in 1975.
But there was a room here. I'm sure there was a door here. No,
she left her jacket with me.
and then you check your pocket and there's a receipt for your pre-order and the text fades away.
It just turns to dust in your hands. It was all fake. God. Oh, fuck. What else we got?
Watch out. Someone wants to turn Pac-Man into a live-action movie.
No! Pixels 2.
This is impossible. We already got the perfect Pac-Man live-action movie. Mm-hmm. And it's, oh shit, here comes Pac-Man.
Yeah.
What it is, motherfuckers! Hey, Pac-Man, what's up? Me, bitch! I'm high on crack cocaine!
Yeah. No, we're not gonna get that. Hopefully nobody is going to subject us to that, because if they do, it is just literally going to be Pixels 2.
I hope Zedcaster didn't eat that, by the way.
Oh, you know what? It might have. We're gonna find out when you edit this episode.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you will not capture the magic of Sonic with Pac-Man. He doesn't have a personality.
No, he's not real. I'm sorry. He's not actually a character.
Yeah, he's a yellow orb that eats dots. Yeah. He does not have. That's like saying we're gonna make a live-action Mr. Game & Watch movie.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, it's not real.
He doesn't have a character arc.
Oh, well, it's tragic.
Fucking Pac-Man running around with Chris Pratt, like...
Stop. Don't speak it into existence.
Pac-Man doesn't even have, like, a Dr. Robotnik. He has ghosts.
He's got ghosts. Yeah, no, I don't know. Are you looking forward to Pac-Man quipping, Ben? Saying that happened?
Oh, my God.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God. He's gonna fucking have bits.
He's gonna have bits and jokes, and they're all gonna make you wish you were dead. Yeah.
No, so would Pac-Man be voiced by Chris Pratt, or would Chris Pratt be his human sidekick?
Chris Pratt would be his human sidekick, yeah.
And who would voice Pac-Man then?
Oh, Ben Stiller.
That's real strong. I would say Neil Patrick Harris, but Ben Stiller is strong.
No, Ben Stiller, because they love with these god awful children's movies, they love to put on the trailer like, voiced by Ben Stiller, who's like more of a name than Neil Patrick Harris at this point.
Yeah,
I think, ish. So,
and then and then one of the ghosts is Samuel L. Jackson, just getting that paycheck.
Absolutely. It's definitely Sam Jackson just getting paid. Yeah. No, totally. The girl ghost is Rebel Wilson. You're welcome.
Oh! Fuck you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you're welcome. Yeah, I am already envisioning it in my mind vividly, and it sucks ass.
Rotate that shit in your mind.
I'm rotating it, and I hate it. I want to move on. What's next in the news?
Super Punch-Out's secret 2-player mode has been found after 28 years.
Excuse me?
Yeah, so it turns out Super Punch-Out has a 2-player mode.
Really?
With a Y plus R and then press A or start, you can have player 2 select which boxer they want Little Mac to go up against, and then you play as that boxer.
How do you not put that in a manual somewhere?
I don't know.
Why would you program an entire 2-player mode and not actually tell anyone about it, right? I
have to wonder. I have to wonder if it's it was in a manual, but we haven't looked at the fucking Super Punch-Out manual in 28 years.
Maybe, but I feel like people would remember that, being able to play Super Punch-Out with their brother or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Or you know what? It also, the way you worded that makes it sound like a Bill's Backyard situation. You know?
Oh, yeah. That's true.
No, I used to play Super Punch-Out with my brother all the time, and it's no, dude, Punch-Out's a single-player game. Quit lying.
Yeah, and then it turns out dude wasn't lying at all.
Yeah. No. I found my brother knows the secret code to 2-player Punch-Out. It's sure.
Okay, dude,
sure,
man.
Man.
Yeah, does your uncle also work at Nintendo?
Mm-hmm. And what's the code then? I don't know. He does it for me. I don't know what buttons to press. He always beats me.
And then 28 years later, everyone's like, "Fuck, he was right."
Damn it!
Shit.
Oh. Maybe you can play as Luigi in Mario 64. Son of a bitch, that one's true too.
Motherfucker! What do you mean there's a Triforce in Ocarina of Time? God damn it. Fine. Yeah, that's about right. Shit.
Yeah.
Well,
wait.
That's cool.
Wait, shit. Have you watched that yet?
Oh no, I haven't.
Okay.
Fuck, I keep forgetting. Tomorrow, if you send me the link, I will watch it while I work, because I need something to watch while I work.
I will do that.
Thank you.
Next, speaking of 2-player fighting, EVO 2022 announcement recap.
Yay!
This
EVO was great.
This was a great fucking EVO, not only for gameplay but also for announcements. I need to watch more of it. I never watch enough EVO, you know?
I never make enough time for EVO, but I remember during the Street Fighter finale, everybody was losing their mind on Twitter, so I tuned in, and that shit was great. So, it's EVO rules. I always want to make more time for EVO, and then other stuff comes up. You know how to fix out.
So let's go through this announcement list. MVC2 meets Arcade 1UP. Putting out official MVC2 arcade cabinets from Arcade 1UP. 8 games in total. MVC2, MVC1, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes, X-Men Children of the Atom, X-Men Mutant Apocalypse, and Marvel Superheroes War of the Gems.
That's a cabinet that you should get for yourself, Ben. I feel like that would be a cabinet you would like.
I've always wanted an arcade cabinet in my basement, and I think this one might be the one. That's great list of games.
Great lineup. It's Marvel adjacent, which of course is extremely Ben core.
Yeah.
So absolutely. I would. That's one to get.
I was always torn between I've always wanted either The Simpsons or Turtles in Time, you know?
Sure.
But I never dreamed of getting an 8-in-1 MVC cabinet.
Yeah, no, that's what you really want, is something that's more games than just the one, you know? So absolutely. That's a steal.
Persona 4 Arena Ultimax rollback netcode update drops.
Yeah,
baby.
Fine. Meanwhile, fucking Fighters is still just out in the cold.
Wait. We'll get there.
Okay.
Umbral Core trailer, an indie fighting game, got shown off.
Okay.
It looks pretty cool. Sure. You know, it is hard for indie fighting games to break in, but this one looks really, really cool.
Right.
Got a great London Victorian anime art style.
Sure.
And I can see this, like, hopefully I can see this one getting big. Guilty Gear Strive Season 2 roadmap. We'll talk about those characters in a bit. Crossplay for King of Fighters 15 and rollback for Samurai Showdown. This was the Evo of rollback.
Yeah, this is when everybody is finally like, fine, you want your fucking rollback? Here's your fucking rollback. And everyone's like, thank you. This is all we've been asking for.
That's what we've been waiting for.
It's so hard to just give us some rollback.
Marie coming to Skullgirls.
Sure.
I'm happy Skullgirl still exists. Multiverses is getting Rick and Morty as separate characters.
Of course.
Which was like one of those like, oh, Rick and Morty come into multiverses.
Right.
Do you mean Rick and Morty or Rick and then Morty?
Are we getting, is it Ice Climbers?
Yeah.
No, separate characters. Okay.
Apparently a bunch of leaks happened like today or yesterday too. Mm-hmm. Rumors of a bunch more characters. Okay. I think including like some more Looney Tunes characters and a gremlin.
Oh, that's cute. Okay.
So might be cool. Apparently Multiverses is like getting really popular.
Apparently it's really good. So
yeah, I'm
stunned by that.
I mean, I might pick it up because I'm looking for a Smash clone that isn't Smash and still good.
Mm-hmm.
And if it actually is like good, I am interested in it.
Yeah.
I think my favorite bit of trivia I've heard about it is that Tom and Jerry aren't actually fighting other characters.
Mm-hmm.
They are acting out a Tom and Jerry episode, and the other fighters are getting caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, that's great.
So like that, all their animations are against each other, right. And if a character happens to get hit, that's their problem.
Yeah, that's their own problem to worry about.
Mm-hmm. Fighters is getting rollback with a catch.
Uh-oh.
You have to upgrade to the PS5 and Xbox Series X version.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, sorry,
I mean, you upgrade. It's getting to time. Sorry.
Oh, are they going to do it for the PC version? Are they going to?
Oh yeah, PC as well. PC, yeah.
Okay, so
PC as well is getting it.
Let's get the fucking PC version. You know,
yeah.
Like, sorry.
Team Samurai and Season 2 characters coming to KOF 15. Fucking Garo is back, baby!
Yes.
Fatal, like a new Garo coming out. Tekken 8 coming out.
All the everything. I mean, it's a new generation, so they're like, well, we got to get all of our fighting game ducks in a row and get it out on PS5 and Xbox Series X.
Kimberly and Jury revealed for Street Fighter 6.
Love the understanding of the Jury Han audience.
Yes.
I watched that trailer and was just like, okay, Capcom, okay.
Her victory animation is stepping on you.
Yeah,
like, they know.
Yeah, they literally show like a full shot of her feet in that trailer, and it was just like, okay, Capcom, we get it. They understand.
Kimberly looks like she is going to be the ninja character for the base roster, at least. We'll probably get more later on, but like her moveset looks a lot like the character from Street Fighter V and Guy from Street Fighter 4. Because she's in canon, she's a student of that school. And she's obsessed with the 90s.
Oh, really?
She has like a Walkman.
Yeah, no, I love her design. I love like her fighting style. Street Fighter, it's incredible that like Street Fighter V first like showed off its logo and was just so nothing, and like even the original Ryu trailer with the bad logo was just like, oh, this looks awful. And then as they reveal more and more, it's like, oh shit, this game has got like a lot of sauce, actually.
It's like the best looking Street Fighter game without a doubt, easily.
It looks incredible.
It has like convinced me to pick up Street Fighter. I'm gonna play a fighting game for real this time.
It has so much like character and personality and color and flavor. Like it just looks great. Like it legitimately looks extremely good. So I'm really glad.
Bridget in Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah, we did it, folks. We climbed this whole mountain.
Good for her.
Good for her. Our girl literally says again, onanoko desu wa. Sorry, folks.
That's a girl.
That's a girl. That's extremely straightforward. So we stand a trans queen. You know, all that Guilty Gear has taught me is that trans and non-binary people can kick your ass. So.
Yeah, it's the fucking Mobile Suit War is bad meme, but it's trans characters can double jump.
That's correct.
Guilty Gear Strive doesn't have bad endings. Sorry, that argument doesn't work.
That doesn't work. There's no bad endings. So no, stay losing. Die mad about it, turfs.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it for Evo announcements.
Great.
What else we got? Two more quick articles. Real quick, about Bridget though, it's really cute. Is she's no longer wearing a nun habit. She's wearing a hoodie that looks like her nun habit.
Yeah, it's really cute. Great. By the way, her design is extremely good. Very, very cute.
Love it, and I adore Gold Lewis Dickinson being not the stepdad, but the dad that stepped up.
Stepped up, yeah. It rules. It's so good. Oh fuck, all of it is so good. Her design rules, and of course every time I see Guilty Gear Strive like clips, I'm like, God damn, this is a video game.
This is like, a fucking video game ass video game.
But like it just looked like the animations are still just so beautiful, right? Like I see them and I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah. I love it.
It's insane to me that these are 3D models, but you know, fucking ArcSys stays winning.
Yeah. Next, very bad Forspoken ad gets absolutely roasted.
Oh, it's so bad. Joss Whedon has done irreparable damage to pop culture, and we actually do need to kill him in the street.
I am looking at everyone, and I am pointing to the MCU, and I am saying apologize.
It's so bad. It's just oh fuck, it was so terrible. I heard it and I was just like, oh no. And I mean, I think this game looks really bad to begin with. Like,
yeah,
I have never been that interested in Forspoken, like in terms of gameplay or visuals or anything. Everything they've shown, it looks like it runs like dog shit because they insist on putting it on the Luminous engine, which is still a bad engine. Like, I know that Final Fantasy XIV runs off that engine as well, but also Final Fantasy XIV looks the way it does. It's not trying to be a next-gen game, you know? But I think Forspoken has looked really bad. I think some of the designs are kind of cool, but like that's it. The combat has not lit my world on fire. Nothing about this game has like really made any of my neurons fire. And then we get this really, really bad trailer that just was really just the nail in the coffin for me to be like, no, I'm not playing this game. Sorry.
It's some of the worst dialogue I've ever heard anyone speak.
Oh, god awful fucking dialogue writing. Like, you should be ashamed of yourself. Yeah.
Like, abysmal.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Just miserable to really embrace that, well, that happened type of writing.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
He's right behind. Yeah. All of those jokes, like, it's packed in. It's condensed. It's been boiled down to an essence, and then you sniff it, and it just smells like dog shit. You know, it's awful. So.
I had been clinging to the hope that Forspoken would be like an 80s movie where like a regular human being gets sucked into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Mm-hmm. But not like this. Not like this.
Please, you could have done better. I'm so sad that Forspoken is the isekai and not Stranger of Paradise.
I know. We wasted our opportunity.
I'm so sad. You should have just made Stranger of Paradise an isekai instead, and not Forspoken.
I mean, if you think about it, like getting into spoilers, Stranger of Paradise is kind of an isekai.
Yeah, but not like a little bit, but not like from our world to a fantasy world, which is what I was wanting. You know,
fucking Jack Garland.
I wanted Jack Garland to get hit by that truck and that keeps hitting all these young protagonists and isekaiing them.
Jack's like, so let me get this straight. You're saying we're some kind of strangers of paradise? And then I kill myself.
That'd be way better. All right, what do we got for the last one?
Last one. Spider-Man Remastered modder banned for removing pride flag.
Yay! Eat shit, homophobes. Replaced it with an American flag. We don't salute. We only salute one flag in this household, and it sure as hell isn't that one. So, no.
So, yeah, modding for Spider-Man PS, like, the game came out on PC, and obviously a Nexus page opened up for it immediately. Sure. People have been champing at the bit to mod Spider-Man PS4.
Sure, absolutely. You mod it, and you have Peter Parker swinging around with his dick out, which is what everybody. What you do is you import the dick physics from that Conan game. That lets you just like let it swang, and it's great, and it really just flops around. You just import that and have a good time. It'd be really funny. Premium comedy.
So the mod was up for less than 24 hours. The Nexus mod, mods, removed it, and the creator was banned.
Great. Easy. Beautiful. We love to see that. So
everyone disliked that.
Everyone disliked that. It's not hard to not be an asshole, and yet here you are being an asshole all over, which is stunning. To actually be enough of an asshole to get your shit removed from Nexus mods, because Nexus will just put fucking anything up there, but you were just an exceptional kind of prick. So congratulations, Head.
It took them a while to remove the Nazi mods from Fallout 4, which, to be fair, there was a lot of Nazi mods and took a lot of time to get through them.
That's a lot of hunting. You got to look for a long time, because boy, they sure love putting Nazis in Fallout 4.
Yeah,
you know,
and not in the fun way.
Yeah, not in the you're killing them way. Yeah, it's not in
the Wolfenstein way.
Yeah, it's not turning Fallout into Wolfenstein. No, it's the less fun, far more reprehensible way. So, but they eventually got it, and they banned this fucker for replacing the pride flag. So, good for them.
That's all we got though.
Wow, that was easy week. Yeah, cool.
It was we had a long time between our last roundup, but the big stuff was like Evo and other general announcements and stuff.
Yeah. So it's a easy episode. We'll be back. It's also, we just didn't want to have all of the news. You want to still be semi-recent. So we'll be back in 2 or 3 weeks or however long it'll be. And we'll have more.
Yeah. All right. That'll do it for us then. Thank you to DJ Cutman for your background music. You can follow me on Twitter at thegorgepodcast. You can follow Sara at radioinactivity. You can email us at thegorgepodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to listen to Sara keep talking, you listen to our other podcast.
Hey, I love talking. And that's why I'm in another podcast called Big Gay Nerds, where me and a bunch of cool queer friends get together and we play tabletop games. We cycle through different systems with different storylines going. Right now we're playing Beam Saber. It's a hack of Forged in the Dark, where instead of playing as thieves, you play as mech pilots in a complicated Cold War. It's a really great system. It's a really good game. I am very excited to be back to it. Things have already gone. We just got back to it. Second episode of getting back to Beam Saber, and things have already gone horribly wrong. So,
yay!
I love me an actual play tabletop podcast because you get stuff like that. Come check us out. We're Big Gay Nerds wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks.
All right. Oh, and also, like I mentioned earlier, I am streaming Goemon whenever I feel like it. Check my Twitter for an announcement of when it pops up, or follow the channel or the stream Twitch channel to see when I'm doing that. Also, every Wednesday and Sunday, I am streaming The Road to Kingdom Hearts 4, where I go through the entire Kingdom Hearts franchise, and Sara, Oates, and Saturn play Final Fantasy XIV.
That's right. we play Final Fantasy XIV while Ben plays Kingdom Hearts in the background. Sometimes Oates and Saturn play Warframe while I play Final Fantasy XIV.
Which I'm going to try to talk about Kingdom Hearts more than I let you guys talk about games that the audience can't see. Because I realized the other day, going through and chopping up videos for YouTube, I'm quiet for a lot of this. And my options are either I somehow get, a screen cap of your screen in the corner.
Have it in the corner and show, Final Fantasy 14,
Yeah. Or I can, talk about the game that I'm actually playing.
It's fine. Yeah, they're fun streams though, because it really is just kind of like shooting the shit, hanging out with your friends while we all play video games together. They're good streams, so yeah, come. It's twitch.tv/thegorgepodcast.
Yeah, and they're also going up on the YouTube channel as well. So if you miss a stream, you can catch it there.
Fantastic.
But yeah, look for me on the speedruns.com leaderboards when I eventually get for world record and go on any % no major glitches.
I believe in you. I think you can do it. I believe in you.
All right, that'll do it for us then. What do you got for this one?
Turfs, easy one. Fuck turfs.
Oh yeah, that's ezy. Yeah, easy enough.
This is a firmly anti-turf podcast. Fuck you all.
Yeah.
Bridget is trans.
She's
unambiguously.
People were posting it interviews and bios from before Strive came out, and it's those don't work anymore because the character is trans now. Part of her development is it's the exact same as people who are fucking oh no, Sam Wilson isn't Captain America and Miles Morales isn't Spider-Man. It's they are. You can't. That's a superhero name. He's Spider-Man. His comic is called Miles Morales Spider-Man. You can't.
He's literally Spider-Man.
You can't say he's not because he is.
And Bridget literally says it with her mouth in the video game. Again, some freak on Twitter was like, I ran this bio through 4 different machine translations. A thing that's never mangled the Japanese language ever. And none of those make reference to Bridget being a girl. And I mean, yeah, bro, what's so hard to understand about Onanako desu wa?
Yeah, she says it.
With her mouth in the video game. In both
English and Japanese. It
literally just says, I'm a girl. That's what that means. So
you can't... Sorry. It turns out you're not gay for Bridget.
I don't know. People. I don't know.
People are like, this is femboy erasure.
I'm like, no, it's not.
No.
You still have a Stolfo. You still have a Stolfo. Shut up.
Sorry, everyone. You still have a Stolfo.
You still have a Stolfo. I'll not hear a word of it.
Fucking Astolfo like Zoidberg, you still have a Stolfo. You all have a Stolfo.
Stolfo's not going anywhere, so it's fine. We stand a trans queen. We hate turfs. Yeah.
The title card is obviously going to be Gold Lewis Dickinson saying, "Go shut the fuck up, turf," and shooting you with an eye laser.
That's correct. Fuck. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.